Let's face it, Pet Simulator X is dying to Pet Simulator X. Let me explain. At this current point in time, Pet Simulator X began nearly a year and a month ago. The game was released with the entire spawn world. I know, an ingenious and innovative name, by the way, accessible to the player. All was well and good in the world that fateful day, and Pet Sim X started off running, reaching an average player count of about 40,000 on the very first day of release. And it quickly picked up the pace. It seemed to grow at an exponential rate. Soon enough, we sped through the fantasy world and began to play the first few sections of the new tech world. Soon after, Pet Sim X would release its first limited time event. The one, the only, the Halloween update. Only part 1 though, as we would soon come to learn, for immediately after that, they released a part 2 to the event, which introduced something new and never before seen. The Huge Pets, an extremely rare, one-of-a-kind pet which completely altered the course of the game forever. This pet, of which only a small 2,025 were ever hatched, compared to the massive player base of the game, changed the entire industry. Before this pet was introduced, the problem with simulators was that you could eventually get to a point in the game where new content from an update would deplete and players would stop playing. However, with the introduction of this extremely rare pet, players had a reason to grind. Due to the pet's unique property of copying and then doubling the stat of your best pet, the pet would always be better than your best pet. Combine that with its rarity, and it was a recipe for success. Instead of a rapid decline in players after that update, Pet Sim X saw a much more consistent player count for days on end. It somehow managed to sustain all the way until the next update. Players spend hours upon hours grinding for a huge pet, hoping they would be the lucky winner to get it. Soon enough, surely due to its massive success, the developers implemented more huge pets into the game. Eventually, on January 22nd, 2022, the game released its very first permanent huge pet. The last egg in the tech world now had a huge pet, which would be indefinitely attainable. Worse, it was just as good as all the other huge pets. A mistake which would quickly reveal itself to be absolutely colossal. Following the release of the glitch update, the axolotl update was released. With it came yet another endlessly achievable huge pet, and even more powerful pixel demons. With the newfound stats on these pets, players were easily able to obtain enormous stockpiles of tech coins, which could quickly be replenished. Mix that with the fact that you could hatch 3 eggs at a time and do it while being AFK, well, now that was just asking for a disaster. At this point, not only were huge pets now easy to obtain from grinding, but Robux eggs containing huge pets were also in the game. Huge pets were also available at a 1 in 2,000 chance from the free-to-obtain gifts in the Mastery update. To put into perspective how easy it was to obtain huge pets from gifts, at the time of writing this script, 65,689 huge cupcakes exist. More are hatched every day, and when you can do this infinitely, the number will only increase to even more absurd amounts. Fast forward to the hardcore update, an anniversary gift which not only guarantees an exclusive pet, but also has a 0.1% chance or a 1 in 1,000 odds of giving you a huge pet, is given to the player for free. On top of this, individuals could create an infinite number of Roblox accounts to continually gain anniversary gifts, as they were just given to you for free for playing the game. Between this and the huge Hell Rock, which was obtainable from hatching any egg, including the first egg in the game, all the way to the last egg in the game, for a limited time only, the value of huge pets have plummeted. I mean, there are presently 1.44 million huge hell rocks in existence. Plus, they're now valued at a pathetic 15 billion gems even with the mass inflation, meaning rare huge pets are now at this point mere reskins. The extraordinarily hard to obtain huge pumpkin cat does the exact same damage as a normal huge hell rock. Why is this a problem for the game? The original value of the huge pet, which was partly made by its rarity and partly made by its power, is now gone. Pair that with the hardcore update making huge pets weaker, and a general huge pet's value is now almost nothing. People spent hundreds of hours grinding for huge pets, especially for hardcore veterans. This has in essence destroyed all the time and effort they put into the game. As a result of this, and the massive pay-to-win aspect of the game, which, stick around to the end of the video to find out more about that, why would you play a game where your progress could easily be erased? The most important player base, the group of people who would stick with the game in the toughest of times and keep it running, have left. For perspective, the Easter update occurred on April 17, 2022. From May 29th all the way to July 20th, the number of active players dropped to an average of a mere 25,000. That's a month and 21 days, or 52 days in total. 25,000 may seem like a lot, but from a game which has peaked over 900,000 plus concurrent players after an update, that's pretty bad. Keep in mind this game has literally crashed Roblox multiple times in the past due to its former sheer popularity. Therefore, PetSimX is killing itself by making updates that pushed away its most important fan base and the players who are willing to spend the most time playing, destroying the point in playing the game by making grinding irrelevant and a waste of time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Overall, I've spent 12 hours learning how to record and edit as well as write the script, which includes doing extensive research. If we hit something like 10 likes or 25 subscribers, I'll make a video on how inflation destroyed trading, a massive part of PetSimX. Or I can make a video on the pay-to-win aspect of the game. Comment down below which one I should do if I reach the goal.